What's up, y'all? Buddy of mine hit me up and said he needs some fish for the freezer. So I said, say no more. We hit the water. And figured today's a perfect day that I would try and show you guys how I learned livescope. Kind of little tips and things I did different in the beginning to gain confidence, learn my electronics, all that stuff. And I'm going to show you the rod you need, the bait you need, and settings you need on your graphs to learn how to use livescope. Get started anyways, gain some confidence, and make it work for you. So we're gonna pull up this first spot and get started. So all you need, a little crappie stick and a little 32nd or 16th ounce jig, and go speck fishing, especially this time of year, because the key is you want to go shallow. The specks are a lot easier to catch than bass, in my opinion. So it's a great way to use your electronics, gain some confidence, see what specks look like, so when you go for bass you can kind of tell the difference between the two on how they act, and it's just fun. And you can throw some fish in the freezer. But we're going to get to the front of the boat. I'm going to show you kind of how I set my graph up to get started and figure out how to use livescope. Alright, so to be honest with you, I don't know if there's fish here yet. We're just checking this area out before we go. But one of the tips I can give you is you want to start shallow. I recommend like that 5 to 8 foot range is a great way to start. I'm really shallow right now. I'm like 1.5 feet. But by going shallow, you're able to make your screen smaller. So your fish are going to show up bigger, baits are going to show up bigger, all that stuff. And another thing with your graph, so you can see here, I'm only scanning out to 30 feet. When I started, I really started about 20. And this allows you to see everything a lot easier. The cone this close in is a lot smaller too, so you have to be precise on your casts, get good at seeing your trolling motor arrow, working your feet, trolling motor, casting, all kinds of stuff. Get kind of the fundamentals down before you throw this bad boy out to 100 feet, drive out to the middle of the lake and try and livescope. It can be a little intimidating, and you can get spun out real easy. So go shallow, that 5 to 8 foot, 10 at the max. I'm really shallow today, looking for some bed and specks. But the key is don't scan out very far. 20, 30, 35 at the max. That way when you're throwing these little jigs, the specks, crappie are going to be really, really big comparative to the screen, because you're not looking very far down, you're not looking very far out. So everything's going to look bigger, and you're going to be able to learn before you just drive out in the middle of the lake, start trolling around and try and livescope. So, and it's fun. We're going to try and throw some old speckled perches in the freezer, and we're going to go out deeper for sure, but this is a good spawning flat we wanted to check out before we get too far. I see a reed bumping right now. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm gonna find out. So let's see if we can't make something happen. Don't dig on me. Damn it, John. That's a better one. Well, I know exactly where to cast, so it shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, you know how to choose jig color.
Yeah, I know jig color. Yeah, a few hours out here on the water definitely helps. Throw this bad boy in there. All right. This is fun. They're here. Just need to get bigger. All right, I don't know if you guys can see this, but we're basically fishing in an area that we know speck spawning. We come here every single year. We catch them every single year in this area. And see, you see that little couple dots right there? See how big they are? Because I'm only scanning out 30 feet. Those are like 10-inch specks, but they're easy to see. As soon as I do this, hold on, back. As soon as I do this, it just gets a little bit, see how much smaller they are? It's hard to see. You may not even know that's a fish if you're looking like this without understanding it. So as soon as I zoom back out, go back about 30 feet, they pop up much nicer. All right, so this is one thing that I trying to get y'all to look for. So I'm in about 7 foot of water, which is a great place to start learning livescope. And you can see I'm just scanning around, and you'll just see little fish, little fish, little fish, little, like, there's just a bunch of scattered, these are crappie, out here staging up before they pull up to spawn. So this is a good depth where you can see your jig. When you get up really shallow where I was, it gets hard to see your jig because it just gets to the bottom so quick. Here is a great depth because you can actually see your lure, interact with the fish, and they're easy to see. So we're about to put the trolling motor in the water, do some live scoping, and probably drift some minnows at the back too to catch whatever I miss up front. So hopefully we can run into some bigger ones now.
Little bigger fish too, ain't it? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good decent one.
Alright, so the deep fish are not cooperating very well. All the fish that we've been catching have been on shallow, hard structure. So that's exactly what we're going to go do. These docks are usually treating me pretty well, and maybe we can get on something where we can sit there and cast some minnows and drift some minnows into this wind, but usually they bite the jig pretty well. But we're going to give up on the deep fish and see if we can make something happen. First dock we come to, biggest fish of the day. So they're definitely shallow underneath. Shallow, hard structure. Shoulders. Oh, fatty. That one wouldn't come off.
That's too deep. Out of there, Doc. Flat. This is the best dock so far.
Yeah. Pretty shallow.
That one? Sounds like a good one. A real good one.
It's around the pylon.
Not a bad one, though.
Not a bad one. Yeah, they're way in the back of the dock.
I'm almost probably need to fish the backside. Get him.
Dude, as soon as you hit the water.
Slab, too.
Yeah. As soon as it hit the water, I just went to start reeling and he was on it.
under this dock as well.
There's some few.
Not like them.
Oh, y'all come take a look at this. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, you can't see it, but I mean just slabs. I think we got 30 something. There's some good ones in there, a couple small ones, but they all gonna go in the hot grease. It was fun. Caught pretty much all of them, just throwing a jig around up shallow, using livescope to not necessarily target individual fish, but we could pull up, look underneath these docks, see which ones had fish, which ones didn't, and then spend our time on the ones that did and move on from the ones that don't. So that's about all the, I don't have many more tips to tell you as far as learning livescope. Just get shallow, don't look too far out, don't get carried away, take your time and figure things out before you really stretch stuff out and go in the middle of the lake and try and compete with everybody else. So wish y'all good luck. We're gonna head home. We got a lot of fish to clean, so we'll see y'all.